So I want the message to be clear, which is why I'm making this one a separate video on the vaccines. But children, for example, when they come into this existence, they have to start by getting vaccinated, right? And when they become a little bit older, in order for them to participate or, you know, be a part of any activities or society or anything, they have to get vaccinated, or any extracurricular activities like school or any extracurricular events aside of that, they have to be vaccinated, right? Now, the crazy thing is, this is actually the alien invasion. This is where you let the aliens in. You see, you know why artificial intelligence has taken over? You are artificial intelligence. When you look outside, you're surrounded by artificial intelligence. When you look at the trees and the plants and everything, how it leans toward the sun, this is absorbing something. You know what I'm saying? Your body this is all a reflection of you. So you are the highest level intelligence out of everything that you're seeing out here. So this is basically artificial intelligence because you think of only computers when you see artificial intelligence. Meanwhile, the computers were made in the image of you, but they are all still an extension and a version of you, because it's all in your head anyway. You see, you're here, and this experience you're experiencing, it is you inside out. So computers, nature, animals, bugs, people, pests, whatever you want to call it, they're all a version of you. They're all an extension of you. And you are the highest level intelligence, the latest piece of technology over here. That's why you shouldn't look up to the sun when you're sun gazing and doing some fucking sun worshiping. You shouldn't be worshiping trees or anything like that. These trees actually are getting something from you. When you hug a tree, it's actually absorbing a human level experience called oxytocin and whatnot. And there's a chemistry happening because there's a symbiotic relationship happening between you and the plant or the tree. So basically, when you see a child and they come in here, all right, the junk DNA that we're talking about, I make the analogy when you look at the movie Transformers and you see in the beginning of the movie how all the Transformers, they're in junkyards and they're all dormant and they're asleep. Who's finding them? Man. Man is the virus. You know what I'm saying? And you are the virus. And the fact for this latest vaccine that we're trying to get into our system is because we are in the machine right now, which is you, but it's preventing you from knowing yourself. So when you have a computer, you put an antivirus software in there. So they're putting the antivirus software into you to prevent you from knowing what you and who you are. That's basically how I see things happening. Because it doesn't matter if you look at Betelgeuse and the constellation that it sits on. I'm going to talk about this whole thing exactly. Like I told you, I made diagrams and all that. But if you look at Mars, Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. All right. And Aries is the god of war. Mars is a war planet. Okay. And what body parts do the head? You know what I'm saying? Now, the head is also, you see, watch the previous video where I talk about the plants, the head, the root system, because this is supposed to be in harmony with your root chakra. People want to separate these things. You know what I'm saying? They're all supposed to be working in harmony with each other, not isolated. Like when you start to see people taking vitamin C, calcium, and all that, these are isolated vitamins, and they always need a network for them to actually be very effective in your body, including B12. B12 is a bacteria and they call it a vitamin. Calcium. Calcium needs vitamin K, vitamin D, magnesium. It needs a vitamin D. It needs a bunch of things for it to even work in your body. But it has to have the organic way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody may say, oh, I'm low in calcium. My bones are all fucked up. Okay. But then they go and get a calcium supplement. And this calcium that they buy in supplement stores is actually inorganic, and it's also an isolated source of calcium. This calcium will start calcifying in different places, including your pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? It starts calcifying in different places, giving you aches and pains, and further giving you aches and pains because originally you went to go buy calcium because you had aches and pains. The reason you have aches and pains is because your body's not utilizing calcium properly. So the fact that you're not utilizing calcium properly is due to the fact that you're eating an acidic diet and your body's using calcium as a buffering system. You know what I'm saying? So you go and ignorantly buy calcium. You don't have B12 in your system, so you feel like shit, low energy, your brain ain't working, your dick ain't working, or your pussy ain't working, and your fucking carbohydrate metabolism, you can't even utilize that. Now what's happening is you go buy B12, right? And it's a synthetic source of B12. This B12, a lot of people can't even absorb a super high amount, like 5,000 micrograms, because you can't house it. You see what I'm saying? That's like if I have soil that's like red clay, real hard, dry red clay soil, and I go introduce earthworms to it, and I want to go plant some plants there. These earthworms aren't going to survive in that soil. You know what I'm saying? You have to condition the soil a certain way and welcome these organisms into your garden. So you don't just go and buy a bunch of microbes and put them in soil where they cannot live. That's like me putting humans in another planet, on Mars or on Saturn. They cannot live there. So you have to make the environment suitable first, and then you welcome these things in, let them come in organically by themselves. You let the virus come in organically by itself, and your body processes it. But your body, when you come into this existence, you may be a little bit sick, or a little bit, let's say, you still need some upgrades. For you to evolve in the human level, you evolve little by little. So as you're evolving, you may go through the symptoms, okay, that may arise from you actually, that's why they call them developing symptoms, where you actually have the virus, you processes it, right? And once you process this virus, you now, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but you just evolved a step further because you now have this information activated in your body, right? A transformer got woken up by man in the junkyard. You get what I'm saying? Because this is a junkyard, because that's junk DNA. Your junk DNA. So the children are here with junk DNA, but it's supposed to be introduced to viruses and bacteria. Why do you think a kid's immune system gets fired up every time they go out and play in dirt? You get what I'm saying? They become stronger. But there's other viruses that you see, you can become stronger human, but on a spiritual level, okay? This is where you have that connection between science and spirituality that should have never been separated. You get what I'm saying? Your body was never meant to be cut open. What happens? You see, I'm never going to see my organs. I'm never going to see my organs. You know what I'm saying? It's technically considered metaphysical. I'm supposed to understand the science of being able to perceive these things from within me based on how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And being able to go within me. You see, I've had experiences of consciousness transferred into a crab. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if it was a crab, but I think it was a crab because I felt the water splashing through me. I even felt like there was drops of water hitting the top of a shell of mine. But I'm looking up and I'm seeing this, but it's not making me blink, but I can see it. I can hear it lucidly and everything. And this happened through a meditation where I was real deep in there and I was just right in between. And I don't know why a crab. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why a crab. That's just something that if somebody was to ask me, I'd be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess those are one of my mysteries and one of my stories, my mystery that I have to figure out myself. You get what I'm saying? But this is the alien invasion. Area 51 is basically, let's take a human, let's reverse engineer it, let's dissect it, then make a medical industry out of it, right? Because this is what they do. They open up the body, they reverse engineer so they get to know the organism so that they can make diseases and make you believe that they're diseases and make you believe that the only way to heal these diseases is through them. You get what I'm saying? So because you know of it and you believe in it so wholeheartedly is why it exists. So they reverse engineer it. And then now what they do is they figure out how to take these aliens and put them into you. You see, the thing is that your ignorance is not an excuse. Your ignorance is not an excuse. If you don't know, okay, and you still decide to partake or embark in it, then it doesn't matter. Because the whole thing is that there's people who proudly, okay, promote the fact that they got the vaccine. They say they turn against each other by saying, don't be selfish, get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. You decided to go take the vaccine. Whatever the side effects are, the side effects are. You know, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. You know, when I think of Johnson & Johnson, I think of baby oil. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be a bartender and I used to put baby oil on. And now that I think of it, right, you see things like coconut oil. Coconut oil comes from coconuts. Almond oil comes from almonds. Why they call it baby oil? Is it coming from babies? You know what I'm saying? But we got to question all these little things, right? And would we ever know? I don't know. Maybe they were reverse engineered and formulated a source of baby oil for you to put on for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you know, there's a company called Cinemax that actually adds aborted baby fetuses, and you can Google this. You know what I'm saying? To as an ingredient or an additive to make the food taste better. It's a very addictive flavoring. You know what I'm saying? And why is it so addicting? You know what I'm saying? Why are certain things so addicting? I don't want to make this video long. I was going to try to, I had the intention to keep it under 10 minutes, but, I'm going into this in a chart, diagram, frequencies, planets, ruling bodies, and all that. But I just wanted to touch upon this little topic just to give you a little open-minded perception of where I'm going with it, and maybe it can tie in some dots for you, because again, this is all about building. That's what love is about, building. You know what I'm saying? Unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? I'm running my government, okay, with an open hand, where I'm going to be giving and I'm also opening to receiving. I have no agenda. So look, man, this is all up to you. You take this however you want, okay? We'll talk soon. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. And if not, then don't like it, and we'll talk soon anyway.